Meet John Thompson, a 45-year-old family man who faced death in a heart-stopping moment. In what felt like an eternity, he hovered on the precipice of life and the unknown, a crushing realization dawning upon him that everything he held dear was slipping away. As he teetered on the brink, enveloped in a blanket of darkness, a figure emerged, a divine presence radiating warmth and light. This moment, fleeting yet eternal, radically reshaped his perception of life and spirituality. What wisdom did he bring back that could change the very fabric of our society? What if a near-death experience holds the transformative secrets that could reshape our world? John's journey is not just about the embrace of the other side. It's about the seismic shifts of understanding that can ripple through our lives. Discover how John Thompson's revelations could potentially shift societal norms as we know them, challenging the way we think about existence and connection. What astonishing truths did this encounter reveal to him? Join us and prepare to uncover insights that promise transformation for individuals and society alike. If you're intrigued by the life-changing insights waiting to be uncovered, like this video and subscribe to join us on this transformative journey. It started with a crushing pain in my chest, a feeling so intense that it was as if my heart itself was trying to tear free. In a matter of seconds, darkness enveloped me, an all-consuming void that felt both frightening and oddly comforting. I could hear the frantic voices of doctors behind me, their shouts muffled and fading as I approached the brink of death. Time seemed to suspend, and in that surreal stillness, my life flashed before my eyes. Images flickered like a movie reel, moments of joy interspersed with profound struggles. I saw my childhood, filled with laughter and love, but quickly overshadowed by the shadows of my battles with depression. I could feel the immense weight of my family's expectations pressing down on me. Their hopes and dreams felt like burdens I could never quite fulfill. I remembered those nights when I lay in bed, tears streaming down my face, feeling utterly alone, like a ghost haunting the lives of others. It was a sobering realization in that fleeting moment of despair. Despite being surrounded by a world of vibrant life, I felt isolated, disconnected from everyone I loved. As the darkness pulled me deeper, a strange sense of acceptance washed over me. I was ready to let go. Have you ever felt utterly alone, even in a crowd? I wanted to scream out for help, to reach for a lifeline, but the sheer exhaustion of fighting felt insurmountable. In those final moments, I confronted the essence of my existence. Every mistake, every regret, and every fleeting joy looped back, reminding me of the life I had lived. I grasped at the fleeting threads of hope, doing my best to stitch together a narrative that had mostly been filled with pain. I was being pulled in two directions: the familiar whispers of despair urging me to relinquish my fight, and a faint flicker of light that beckoned me to hold on just a little longer. What would I choose in that fleeting moment between life and death? The answer felt laden with consequence, and yet it was still shrouded in uncertainty, leaving me on the precipice of a decision that would irrevocably alter my path. As I drifted between existence and oblivion, I was enveloped by a sudden warmth that defied description. Just when I thought it was over, an ethereal light bloomed before me, cascading over every shadow of despair that had lingered in my heart. This wasn't any ordinary light, it was vibrant and soothing, dancing with colors I had never seen, a symphony of hues that felt alive and strangely familiar. In that breathtaking moment, as the light coalesced into a presence I instinctively recognized as God, a profound sense of peace enveloped me like a comforting embrace. It was as though time stood still, and all my burdens began to lift, each weight dissolving in the radiance surrounding me. Every fear, every regret, every shred of doubt that had haunted me throughout my life melted away, leaving only a pure, resonant understanding of love. My heart swelled as I grasped a truth that transcended words. I was intimately woven into an eternal narrative, part of a tapestry that spanned across lifetimes, enriched by the connections forged long before this encounter. In that sacred space, the worries of the world faded, and it was just me and this boundless love that flowed forth, filling the voids of my soul. I felt an overwhelming love and understanding wash over me, as if the essence of the universe was communicating directly with my spirit. It was overwhelming, yet beautifully simple. There were no judgments, no fears, just an overwhelming sense of belonging and purpose. This love, I realized, was not a fleeting emotion, but a fundamental state of being, a reflection of divine essence that transcended every human experience. Yet, even amidst this celestial communion, I sensed that this moment was merely a glimpse into something vastly greater. There was a depth to the experience that hinted at spiritual truths waiting to be uncovered, lessons poised to spark transformation, not just within myself, but within humanity. It felt as if I were being invited to witness a world built on compassion and connection, a profound vision that would forever alter the lens through which I viewed existence. But what did all this love and understanding truly mean for my life ahead? This question lingered in the air like a gentle whisper, urging me to explore the implications of my encounter as I began to embrace the journey that lay before me. In that profound moment of stillness, I felt enveloped in a love so pure and radiant that it transcended any earthly experience I had ever known. It was during this divine encounter that God communicated truths that resonated deep within my very soul. I realized that the essence of existence revolved around one vital principle: empathy. I envisioned a world built entirely on compassion, urging humanity to prioritize understanding and kindness over the cold grip of competition. It was a stark yet liberating revelation, challenging the very foundations upon which our society often stands. I saw how our modern lives frequently spiral into discord as we chase success and material gain, often overlooking the silent cries of those around us. In that moment, the weight of our collective responsibility crystallized. There lay before me a vision of what the world could be if we embraced empathy as our guiding principle. Neighborhoods where kindness flourishes, communities united in support, and individuals driven by a shared purpose rather than self-serving ambition. And yet the insights did not stop there. I learned about the necessity for sustainable living, hearing the whispers of the earth itself. It became abundantly clear to me that our choices today would dictate the planet's future. Every decision, no matter how small, contributes to a larger tapestry, influencing the health of the environment and ultimately the well-being of generations to come. This wasn't merely divine guidance, it was a clarion call to action. The narrative we write with our lives is one that will echo long after we are gone, and it implored me to take charge of my story. As I sat there, absorbing this torrent of wisdom, I understood that empathy needed to extend beyond our immediate circles. It must envelop our approach to environmental stewardship and social justice. What would a compassionate world look like to you? I invite you to take a moment and truly visualize it. In this vision, every heartbeat resonates with kindness, and every action is guided by an awareness of our interconnectedness. Imagine schools teaching children not just facts and figures, but instilling in them the understanding that their individual choices matter immensely in the broader scope of humanity. Yet, the implications of these insights weighed heavily. As I delved deeper, I realized that this awareness comes with both privilege and responsibility. The revelations served not only as encouragement, but also as a reminder that we stand at a pivotal crossroads. Each of our actions can propel society toward a brighter future or, conversely, contribute to a cycle of disillusionment and despair. This profound experience was not just an ethereal moment. It laid the groundwork for actionable ideals, a roadmap toward nurturing a society steeped in compassion. The urgency of the message rang clear. We must strive to create lasting change, to cultivate a legacy of empathy that withstands the test of time. The call to action reverberated within me, reminding me that transformation begins with self-reflection and purposeful choices. If we are to heed these lessons, we must collectively embody the very change we wish to see in the world. As I floated in that timeless space, I was enveloped by a profound light, vibrant and pulsating with energy. In that moment of near death, I became a witness to what felt like the essence of existence itself. Among the revelations, I was shown glimpses of a future where a global consciousness shift would take place, a time when spirituality would rise, uniting humanity in a seamless tapestry of love and understanding. It was breathtaking to behold, a vibrant landscape of collaboration, harmony, and shared purpose. I saw communities coming together, free of the barriers that often divide us: race, religion, nationality, and societal status. In this idyllic vision, compassion and empathy reigned supreme, driving our collective evolution toward a brighter tomorrow. But amidst this beautiful tapestry of hope, chilling warnings echoed through the serene expanse. The vision morphed, presenting stark contrasts that demanded my attention. I sensed the urgency in the message. If humanity chose to remain in its fragmented state, blind to the interconnectedness of our existence, we would teeter on the brink of crises, both personal and global. I witnessed the chaos that would ensue, a world riddled with strife, suffering, and disconnection. The choice was ours: to embrace the light I had seen, or continue with our heads buried in the sand of indifference. The duality of insights left me unraveling the truth within myself. Every choice, every action, ripples through the fabric of existence in ways we often overlook. Our lives are not merely individual journeys, but interwoven threads in a vast cosmic tapestry. As I contemplated this revelation, I realized that while my experience had granted me clarity, it also bestowed upon me a great responsibility. Nothing exists in isolation. Our decisions shape the very foundation of our world. I was struck by the simplicity and profundity of it all. We must wake up to the truth of our connections. The question lingered in my mind: what crises await if we neglect these insights? The future is not some distant reality locked away in time. It is an ever-unfolding narrative that we write with our present actions. The consequences of our inaction or apathy could be dire, leading us to a future none of us wish to envision. So, what will we choose? Will we awaken to the call of unity and compassion? Or will we cling to our separations, stubbornly impervious to the wisdom that beckons us? The path forward lies in our hands, and it is up to each of us to ignite the kind of change the world desperately needs. When I returned from that transcendent experience, I felt a profound change within myself that I could hardly put into words. It was as if a veil had been lifted, and I was finally able to see the world through a new lens, one that was colored by love, compassion, and an unshakable sense of unity. This revelation wasn't just a fleeting feeling, it ignited a fire within me that compelled me to act. I committed to fostering community and spreading the wisdom that had been imparted to me in that divine moment. I began reaching out to my family and friends, sharing my story in hopes that it would inspire them as deeply as I had been inspired. I spoke of compassion and understanding, urging everyone to connect with one another beyond superficial boundaries. We often get wrapped up in our own worlds, lost in our struggles and separations, but I wanted to help guide them toward the beauty of unity. In doing so, it became my mission to reinforce the idea that we are all, ultimately, interconnected threads in the rich tapestry of humanity. But my transformation didn't stop at merely sharing my story. I felt a strong pull to embody the insights I had gained. That led me to prioritize adopting sustainable habits in my daily life, actions that reflected my renewed commitment to respect both people and the planet. I started small, opting for plant-based meals, reducing waste, and using eco-friendly products. These tangible changes became symbols of my dedication to a life imbued with care and responsibility. They were not just personal choices, but invitations for others to join me on this journey. I wanted to create ripples of change that extended far beyond my immediate circles. As I engaged with others in this community-building effort, I witnessed an inspiring transformation within my friends and family as well. Conversations about kindness and sustainability blossomed into action. Together, we began organizing community cleanup days, plant drives, and food donation initiatives, amplifying the message of unity and compassion. It was heartening to realize that even the smallest actions could resonate deeply and spark a collective shift. Yet as I reflect on this journey, I can't help but ponder a question, one that I invite you to consider as well. How can each of us ignite this kind of change in our own lives? What small step can we take today that might expand it to something beautiful in the future? These thoughts lingered in my mind, propelling me forward, urging me to keep questioning, keep evolving, and stay open to the endless possibilities that love and connection can bring. As I reflect on the journey that began in that vulnerable moment between life and death, the profound insights granted to me weigh heavily on my heart. Imagine for a moment if compassion were to become our guiding principle. Think of the change we could create. Each one of us carries the potential to influence the world around us. Picture an existence where empathy is woven into the fabric of our daily lives. In that moment of surrender, I understood deeply that the essence of our humanity rests in how we treat one another. Each act of kindness can set off a ripple, spreading hope and love in places where despair seemed to take root. True transformation begins with each of us, a doctrine that can feel daunting, yet it holds immense power. When we choose to act with love and understanding, we open doors to healing, not just for ourselves, but for our communities. Ask yourself, what if every interaction was rooted in genuine care? How would that alter our societal landscape? I sensed this truth during my experience. I witnessed the interconnectedness of us all, the threads that bind humanity together. It is in our hands to cultivate a culture that prioritizes connection over division, compassion over indifference. This understanding doesn't just change how we relate to one another, it reframes our existence within society. If we embrace these insights, we cannot help but inspire those around us. Love, in its truest form, calls for action. Perhaps it means extending patience to a stranger, lending support to a neighbor, or simply taking the time to listen. These seemingly small gestures can create monumental shifts in someone's life and influence their actions in turn. So I invite you to reflect. What insight resonated with you the most? Was it the call to foster compassion, the importance of individual responsibility, or perhaps the realization of our shared humanity? I encourage you to comment below and let us explore together how we can integrate these lessons into our lives, creating a collective movement towards a more empathetic world. If you felt inspired today, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Let us build a community dedicated to the values that elevate us all and share our journey to a more compassionate existence. Your involvement is crucial. When we come together, we amplify our voices and our impact. Let us ignite this flame of change. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of transformation. Stay inspired, stay connected, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.